Hello,
We're
everybody.
live. I can
How-
move this.
How's it going, everybody? Happy Sunday.
What's up?
What's cracking?
Oh, it's cracking. What's cooking? Good looking?
Oh, yeah, nothing.
So,
We picked up
is that what it is?
Chinese on the way home.
What'd you have?
Chinese. I haven't had it yet, but Jason have had it, and I'm gonna have mine. I'm gonna have my Chinese food when I finish.
Awesome.
Some cream of some young guy. I'm joking. Inappropriate. You just got it.
Just got it. Takes
Can you
me a
guys
while.
hear us?
I think so.
Is there any
Where is Eric?
Late as usual. No, I'm joking. He's not. It's usually me.
I would text him, but then like my earbuds always like they go to the wrong.
Oh,
they go to my phone, like they switch off, and then I can't get them on. And I don't think you guys want to listen to the bird or the drill or
I like the bird, really.
the kids.
They're my spirit animal. Remember?
Yeah.
Feathers.
This one is a little bit naughty though.
Hey guys.
But
let's say hi. We have Jewel Chin. Look, I had it scheduled for the 10th.
Okay.
I had it scheduled for the 10th. So it's like when I came to look at the comments and they were like, wait, I thought I was on Sundays. And I was like, I forget who said it, but they were like, Jewel Chin, I think. And the 10th, and it said live in 33 hours. And then I was like, oh, crap. I was like, I hope I don't have to redo all of it. I went, I edited it, changed the time, 9 hours. I was like, better. But so that's why I sent y'all links again, because I was like, just in case it switched links, I just want to make sure y'all have. Is that gray? Like
behind me?
I'm right here. We'll just do this. Then there's no gray.
Yeah, just do that. It's fine.
I did it.
It's fine.
So what do you guys want to talk about? How about them Cowboys?
Dodgers? I don't know.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to text Eric and just remind him, but I'm sure he knows.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to do it anyways.
Hey, everyone. Yeah. Rotary Dial. And Texas, Gina, Teresa, Donna. Moving is so hard. Jilchin.
Julie.
I've moved so many times.
You did what?
I've moved so many times. Like it's just. Oh
I
yeah.
I have moved so many times. I'm like, I've got it. There's no rhyme or reason. Well, imagine that.
Yeah.
It's just like, you take a big sheet, you put your closet clothes, your hanging clothes in there, you wrap it like a dead body, and then you get two people and you're like, and nothing gets all messed up.
You end up having like a system.
Yeah. There's no system.
Laura's here. Julie Mitchell. KJ is here.
I'm glad to see you, KJ. Thank you so much for all the kind things you said the other day in your
I didn't see that yet.
Yeah.
You told me
you gotta catch it before it goes away.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Hey, Pink Vallow.
I don't. What's that mean, KJ? What does?
That's
Tennessee Titans. That's a team. I've never heard of them. And then their first seed. What's that?
That means they're good. Like they have a chance in the playoffs. I used to love football. I still do. I just don't have time. It is Sunday.
Sports are not. They're not my thing. Swimming. I mean, I was a swimmer, but sports in general.
We were all swimmers, Jen. Every one of us in here, and we were all the fastest one.
I was a swimmer outside the womb.
I hear you. I get it.
Stephanie May is here, Paula.
Hey, Stephanie.
Trying to see if I missed anyone. Mary P.
Donna, I saw on Left Undone where you said about your babies, how you birthed them. I was like, holy crap, she is my hero. Whew.
How she birthed them.
No medication. Very carefully. No medication. I don't know if she wants to share here, but just like a badass. That's how she did it, like a badass. Made me look like
Hey,
a
Kathy.
wimp. Hey, Kathy.
Julie Mitchell asked me. I have no idea, dude. I am not a sports person. Like, I'm probably the only lesbian that still, like, my brother-in-law tried to teach me all about football, and I was like, I don't. Okay, fourth down. I don't. So, yeah, I'm probably the only one.
Fun fact. The New Orleans Saints is our football team. You know, go Saints.
I did know that.
Okay, we'll check it. I think our new quarterback is from BYU, or is it LSU? Jason, he'll holler at me in a minute. Tell me.
Tell you.
I was just like, really? At BYU. But that's okay. As long as he whips some butt. That's all we worry about. Yeah, go Saints.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, so Mary, let's see.
So,
okay, I think I got everyone. Oh, Elizabeth Grogan, I didn't get you. Little Browns, I didn't get you.
Hi, Mary. Oh, Mary McGinnis. Your picture changed, so I didn't recognize it, Mary.
I know,
Diana
I get used
I've
to
been
it.
at my parents' house, or moving. They've been moving, and so it was chaos. My Aunt Susan was there. She might be in here right now. Aunt Susu, are you in here? Caw.
God.
She's like, when's your podcast? Every Sunday at 3? I was like, no, 7. And it's not podcast. It's a podcast, whatever. It's a whatever you want to call it. Oh, Bob Saget
Larry
passed
Dial.
away.
Yeah. Wow.
Bob Saget, the guy that played Full House. Okay, the
Danny
comedian.
Tanner. Yeah.
Birthing babies was overrated. Have kids, they said. It'll be fun, they said. I know the names. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I say that all the time. I'm like, it'll be fun, they said.
Yes. Yeah. I know. And Betty White, oh, that one has killed me. So, but anyway.
She was such a passive person, you know, her character was. And I used to watch Golden Girls all the time with my mama. And I don't know, just something about Betty White. She just showed a lot of strength and like just rawr, you know, like about, you know, balls and stuff. And I'm like, oh, she's cool. And I liked her. And Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds. And she's like, oh, ski mother. Oh, ski.
Is that one of Michelle's favorite shows? She still quotes it.
Yeah. I was like, that's awesome. From the window
Jenny,
to the wall.
Yeah. Jenny and Darcy, hello.
Hello, guys.
Everything seems to be in threes. That's actually how you're supposed to decorate, too. Which is weird.
You're supposed to decorate?
Yeah, you're supposed to decorate in odd numbers. Like,
decorate what?
Just, that's how they, like, when you accessorize your house, like, say you need to decorate a shelf, you go 3s and 5s.
My daughter today, you know, she's in her new room and everything. And I'm like, what colors are you going with? And she said, gray and white. I said, okay, well, what's going to be your pop? And she's like, probably the white. I said, no, baby, what yellow or blue or just an accent color? What is, and she just didn't get it. I'm like, okay.
That's okay. I mean,
gray and white
we had a gray and white room. Oh, there still is one, except for the black wall that I created.
Right.
So.
Over there in outer darkness. How is it lonely over there?
Kind of, but it's nice because I can't hear the bird. I kind of have time. I filmed there today, and then I scheduled my video for Wednesday.
You premiered it? I've never premiered.
I don't know. I did it through StreamYard. I don't know if that's.
I don't know. We'll have to look it up and maybe see, because I know you can set it up through YouTube, but you know that's a whole another subject.
Yeah, I just did it that way, and then I'll.
You might be able to still do it through that for sure, but I don't know.
We'll see. I'm sure there's a YouTube tutorial.
What's it about?
Well, funny you should ask.
Oh, do tell.
It is about the Church of the Firstborn.
What? The Church of the
Yes.
Firstborn? Never heard
Yes.
of her.
You haven't? Very interesting because it's mentioned constantly in this case.
What case?
And oh, did you know that?
I've never heard of
something
Lori
about,
Vallow Daybell and Chad Daybell.
like, I think their names are Dipshit and Dumbass and
okay, yeah. Now that you say that, yes, I know exactly who you are. They are kind of crazy, huh? Church of the
yeah.
Firstborn. How do you sign up?
How do you sign up? Well, it depends which one you want to be in.
All of them. You can be anything, like Mr. Chad Guy Daybell says. If you can
dream it, you can do it.
And it's a good idea. If you can like think of it or dream of it, it's a good idea. I'm like, then you can be it or do it. And I'm just like, okay, well, bad idea.
Think it was a good idea.
Where you went, buddy. You took the bad idea. Wait, exit left. You're gone.
Yeah.
You know. Whoa. Church
Yeah.
of the Poison Pines.
We I forgot to tell you, KJ is so nice. Like,
hi, Nettie.
Let's just say up here. I was like, "Aw."
Thank you.
Kresha does.
We're smiling because of you. I was like literally flat ironing my hair seconds before we came on. It wasn't a bun in the back, you know. I have the zit right here. I have
That's okay.
Other chin. Still not as bad as Chad's.
Yeah, so, what is that anyway?
That's it?
No, so but also we were talking about Des Nat last week.
Right.
And I don't know if you got the pictures I sent you, but it appears that there are a few Des Natters that like the Heartland model.
Shocker.
And Book of Mormon evidence.
What? And I bet the Firm Foundation.
No? Yeah, and they also talk about reading the books and podcasts from well, you know, the typical, the Michael Rush, that's the new one that you said you wanted to look into.
And videos.
Yeah, and you know, they're like, it's just funny because they claim
it's gone. We don't do that anymore. But.
Yeah. And it's like, well, when they came after and attacked me, I was like, you know, after a while, I was like, wait a minute.
This is
you're preparing people, little preppers.
Yeah. Like, Chad weren't preparing the people. Chad and Lori weren't preparing the people. They were preparing some people, but not all people, not the 144. So, yeah, I mean, they went off radar. I really feel like those people, preparing those people, they're not fiction. I even have, I want to make sure that gets into court because I have the, somewhere where Chad says they're not fiction. They're based loosely on it. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that he's saying, yeah, they had to come off as fiction, but they're really nonfiction, you know, just to get it enough through the radar, you know, class A.
Yes. Hi, Isabel.
Hey, Isabel. Pillaging of people. That's still Pat. I like it. Pillaging of people.
Oh, here we go.
The pillagers. That's the what is it? The village people. I'm thinking.
Yeah. Oh, the pillage. Julchen, pillaging of people. I like that one. I think that's pretty accurate.
It's still Pap. I like it.
Yeah. With all these radical Mormon offshoots, are there common denominators like with other religions? You know, I don't know because, you know, and I kind of say this all the time. I don't know enough about other religions to really analyze and compare.
By the time we're done, I want to go that way. I know she's gonna have, you know, a career and stuff. She's still gonna have to put up with my butt calling her all the time. Like, hey.
We'll see if I have a career by the time this is over.
This might be your career.
Maybe not in Utah.
There's a lot. It's okay. Yeah, you don't want to get egged or nothing.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Little Brown says, preparing your portal. I like that one too. I like all these. Hi, Leon.
What is a portal, Little Brands? I'm joking. I really did. I was telling Jen about, she brought the portal up, and then I was like, I keep forgetting about this blog I ran across a while back when I got my new computer. And so I know, and I leave breadcrumbs. Wherever I go, I always start, add to reading list. I do stuff so that I'll go back maybe next millennia and actually dive into it. Well, I remember in this blog, they were talking about turning their closets into portals. And I was like, interesting. And it's all the same people in this network. So I will find that. I've got.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Allegedly.
We know where else it is. That it's written. Oh, April Passy. I don't think I said hi to you. Okay, so sister, Donka, who's that? Oh.
Yeah.
Do you think he's like, he was really excited when he got hair?
Like, well, no, he had hair and then he lost it.
But he got it back.
In death.
Yeah, so he has it now.
He didn't get plugs or anything.
I mean, I haven't seen him or anything, but.
Charles?
No, not after. No, I mean, I never met him.
I haven't seen him either since. To be morbid, haven't seen him in a hot minute. It's crazy.
Okay, so you meant the Mormon offshoot specifically. Yes, the common denominator, in my opinion, is that these people take doctrine and they go nuts with it. I think they tend to be. They tend to be researchers, certainly, but you can take research to a bad place. Like, you shouldn't get so wrapped up in rabbit holes, because before you know it, like everything, like I've gotten to the point where I'm like, is this a conspiracy? Is this a conspiracy? Like I'll be like, I need to call Nora Jasmine and ask for her tin hat because I will feel like, what have I thought? But yes, and DJ Norman is right. The Book of Mormon is definitely common. I mean, I think the mainstream members use the Book of Mormon, but they tend to go deep into the doctrine. They tend to look a lot more at what old prophets say. Like most Mormons, like if you start talking about the 144 and Church of the Firstborn and let's see what else.
They do the Rob Wood thing. Huh?
Multiple mortal probations and all of that. They'll look at you like, what the hell are you talking about? But these people were like, we want to be special. So we're going to go and, they get really good at justifying everything with their scriptures. And I also think it's this need to be important. I think that's where that near-death experience comes in, is they want to be important because it's, well, you guys don't want to see my vacuum. But they want to, it is very interesting. We're all kind of a little bit attracted to near-death experiences, and who am I to say whether someone is really having one or not? Like, right? Like, I don't pretend to know like anybody else's truth. So,
hey, Megs. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But I think it's just like a lot of the intensity. And I think people like Lori, where people talk about how she would like latch onto something.
And she wouldn't let go. Let Velcro.
Yeah.
She wouldn't let go. Right. And that comment that my uncle made, that I didn't pay any attention to it at the time. It was a couple years before. And he was like, he said, she just needs to be needed. And I was just, now I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. I mean, I like to be needed. I'm not a crazy. I go, I can be. Not that crazy. And crazy,
I
not
can get
insane
obsessed
crazy. I say crazy loosely. Crazy, like, I'm crazy fun.
Yeah.
That's my crazy.
You're crazy within the realm of normalcy crazy. I think. There's crazy and then
there's Lori.
Crazy.
That's not mentally incapable. She is capable. We had this discussion earlier in my parents' new living room.
Hey, Mega Music. I'm trying to think. So Jenny Anderson is asking, see, I'm getting better at this, you guys. Do you think Chad really believes his books are real?
Yes.
I think when you're a pathological liar, you start to believe your lies.
Like I said, I saw that podcast or whatever, somewhere where he said it, and it was him, and he spoke it. And he said that he had to, base them, or, what do you call it? File them or whatever, title them as nonfiction, but they really were not. That was just basically to still not be considered an apostate, I would think. A prostate.
You said, DJ Nora knows. He's like, yes, she was totally normal. Yeah, I was, Wait. But I have family members that left the church for polygamous offshoots, and that is part of the reason why I'm so opinionated, and I refuse to just gloss over things.
You have you mean you have your own personality, like your own?
I do.
That's what I admire about you. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Mark, I cannot. You're so smart that I can't. You're gonna have to dumb it down for me.
Yes.
Dumb down the emails. I'm like, I really want to know. This sounds really important, but I want to understand. I feel like I'm on Jeopardy by myself.
Yes. And
you're just intelligent. You've always spoken that way.
You sent me an email too, and I think I sent you a reply, and I was like, you got to dumb this down for me, dude.
We both kind of feel the same.
I think I got it, and then I was like, well, maybe I didn't.
But maybe I'm not taking it in the right context. So maybe email me. I'll call you if you don't mind. Just email me your number, or I'll email you my number, however you want to work it. And that way I can get it in the context. It's easier that way to really not go, taken out of context, basically. The long way of saying that. So, but thank you. I mean, it sounds really awesome. And from what I gather, I'm not a gatherer, though.
Are you sure?
I am.
Some people don't know.
I'm a caw.
Some people don't know until Jason Mal tells them they are.
Well, she never told me I was anointed. She told me, I'm sorry, whatever, special. She told my daughter she was. I want to go whip her ass.
Yeah, when you told me that scared the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's the first thing I thought of was just, oh my God, my daughter would stay there for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever alone. And I was just like, oh my God. And I didn't want to push Ashlyn. You just kind of want to say, hey, it's safe here. You can talk to mom. You can talk to me. I never would cry. And she has started opening up. She's a good girl.
Did she ever say that she felt like they were trying to convert her, because that's like a common thing. Like,
she told her she was special. She did the pickup line on my daughter, basically, just like they do. Hers was, you're special. And she would talk about talking to angels and yada, yada, yada. And okay, that's okay for a normal spiritual person without hate and a black heart. Norm. Okay.
Yeah.
I can stomach that.
Did she try and have her, like, when she was there, did she go to church with them?
She would read scriptures and stuff with them. And Ashlyn is not Mormon. I didn't make her go to catechism either. I got her through she was baptized as a baby, and then she went through her first communion. And then I was like, you know what? It's up to her. As far as that, I talk to God. I talk God to her. I never found God for me and I don't, for anybody else. That's to each their own. I respect everybody's beliefs, but I just never found it in a church. Mine's in my heart, and God talks to me through there. He uses me as a vessel. I'm like, where to today?
Yeah,
And look at
I
us.
think that, yeah, I mean, I don't profess to judge people until they, I don't know, commit murders and ruin people's lives even before they commit. I mean, when you hurt people, that's when you stop, in my opinion, being Christian.
Religious. Right. Because it is not the Christian thing to do. It's not.
No.
KJ, yes. Yep. If you weren't going to ask me again, I was sure going to let you know. I was like, screw that. She can just come pick me up. I'll ride with her and we'll tour together all the way up to Rexburg. I would.
You got to stop in Utah
and let me
KJ
smoke.
said she would.
Stop and smoke.
And we do have an RV. We do have RV parking. Just saying. Of course, then we'd have to figure out how to talk to each other because neither of us could. You don't have the email or any way to contact you, and now I don't have any way to contact me.
So we're gonna get you an email so we can talk to you.
Yeah, I thought about
your
getting
address and stuff. Okay, this is
Google
not cool.
Voice. Yeah, I thought about getting like Google Voice or Google. I got it and everything, and then I didn't use it. I guess that's supposed to be safe.
I have Discord, and it's free. And you can share documents and everything in there. You can share video. You can go in there and chat. It's really cool. It's very easy to work, and we can definitely do that if you're up to it.
Yeah. What if I just have you be my agent, and you can be like, "Am I allowed to give them this information?" And I'll say, "I don't know." KJ, I would trust. I would definitely trust KJ.
This one right here, she's so super careful, and so I like that though. She's cautious, and then I'm cautious. Like we're both protective of each other. We're like, and then we rest on it. And we're like, okay, well, it was big deal last night. We were like, woo, we made some connections, and then we're like, oh my gosh, we have to kind of do that. But I did add back real quick to KJ. I talked to my mom and my dad. I was like, look, if KJ comes, which I know she will, I said, I'm not putting you on the spot or anything, but if she does, when she does, would y'all like to meet her? And they were like, of course. And so there's that. So anyways, I'm a woman of my word too. I try to be. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Real appreciates real. That's all. So where are we going to next?
Oh, I was trying to see if there are any questions. If you guys have questions, tonight's a good night to ask them because we thought about planning something and then we were like, let's just go with it.
That's her.
Make it a lighter night.
I'm off the cuff, you know. She's like, she likes to plan, and I get it.
It's annoying. It's an annoying quality of mine, for sure.
It's not. It's a good quality. It's just in this situation, like if I were just a regular YouTube creator without having all this stuff, then sure. Or if it was something like arts and craft, something that I could do that with. I can't control all this and my emotions. So that's where that's why we're very vague. I'm very vague when I title these. I'm like, let's talk about the Daybell Vallow case. Because really that's what we're going to do. I would love to talk about, I posted about Tabitha Queen. I can't believe she's been missing. She's a 29-year-old mother of 3 from Bastrop, Louisiana, which is way north of here. It's almost close to, is Louisiana border, kind of Monroe area, border close to Arkansas. And she went missing with some kind of sketchy guys who she had let borrow her car, and it just gone. And then they found a weapon and stuff. But she's been missing since May. Mother's Day of 2021. And so that's not cool. And so I was like, you know what? This mom is reaching out. She's saying, why won't the FBI step in? And she's a woman of color. And my heart hurts for her. That it just does. Like, it's just not fair. It's not cool. Her life matters to her mom and her children, and to this world, and I was like, I know y'all don't like to read. I know y'all hate reading my videos, but I kind of thought of what Rowan to you told me or said, how I started with music, and I did. And so I was like, I'm going to, whatever. I'm not going to pay attention on putting my voice. It's just loud usually. I'm usually doing 80 things. So it's not like I can just get on my phone or whatever and record and just talk in my voice and just read the article to you. That's all I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take away from it. So I was like, I don't want to not put the video out because I want this out there. So I just did it. I did it. I still have to put videos out, although I do these lives,
No, I think you should do your videos the way you want.
The other one I wanted to do was this, I can't remember his name, but he's from Montana. Younger guy.
Went missing in Arizona.
No, I can find it in my phone real quick. But he's just gone. People are just disappearing, and it's freaking weird. And people don't just disappear unless the rapture happened, and I'm like, damn.
No, I really want to look at the stats on that, the statistics, because we have so much being thrown at us, like with social media, especially when we're on YouTube and we're either a content creator or like a lot of you guys are like YouTube.
Awesome.
Awesome, number one. But it's also like
we remind
each other. Community.
Yeah, we remind each other of these things, and that's awesome.
And so I wonder sometimes, is it just that we're more sensitive to it, or is it really increasing? And I know that there was some time ago, there was something saying, well, crime isn't really increasing. It's just that we're so much more aware of it, because now when someone goes missing, someone can do a TikTok like that.
We're just, it's at your fingertips. I mean, you get 800 milligrams, 800 milligrams, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You get 800 notifications, especially me, because I had signed up to every news source that was breaking news about the kids, CBS, ABC, I like News Nation now. I do. I like Ashley Banfield. They just put a lot more time into it, it seems. And there's that other one too, but they get a little too extreme with it. I kind of think that I don't know the call name or of the call letters of the station, but like they covered the Tito case, and they were just like, just always on. You see everybody rioting outside of the laundries. And I'm just like, I think that's a little too much exposure. It's like, maybe it kind of feeds into the people like going to show up and mob, like, hey, if we show up, then we'll be on TV kind of thing.
Yeah, I do think that there are people with those types of intentions.
I don't like that.
And I don't.
People.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, but I think eventually you can kind of see through.
Yes.
That.
Like, I'm not just going to throw a live stream on just so I can be in here collecting super chats and getting clout or whatever for subscribers. No, that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for this community. Right. I'm here for my family. I'm here for justice. I'm here to fill in those pieces of that puzzle, and I'm here because this helps. This is my therapy, and so I owe y'all a lot of money.
I think the going rate is like $200 an hour, but I'm not completely sure.
All right, just
I don't know. If you want me to check my bill that I'm always like, eventually I'll pay it. Like, because I go so much, I'm like, I'll pay it.
I hate
I've
bills.
been with the same practice forever though, so they've made a ton of money off of me anyway.
Oh, so you're one of those that pays extra finance charge and late fees?
No, they don't charge me them because I always take care of it.
Okay.
I always do.
You're not. You're just talking a lot.
Yeah, no. I mean, my last surgery, I got sent to collections. I got a letter like a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I was supposed to figure that out." And then I called and I said, "Is it on my credit report?" And they're like, "No." And I said, "Okay, I'll pay it then." Because I was fighting. I always fight my medical bills. I'm like,
yeah, medical bills. I'm just like, man, one day. And then
well, they bill you for stuff that, I mean,
they bill you. Like, I'm like, as much as y'all spend on this postage and these paper and the man hours, we can knock this bill down. Go down on Tylenols. Okay,
I'll be like, proof that I took it.
Like, I can't comment on any of the videos, but I'm listening to you about missing persons case. Have you heard anything about the missing couple from Kinder? No, I have not. I live in Lake Charles. I know.
Kinder?
Yeah, that's where Larry's from. I live in Lake Charles, Grand Lake. Oh, I lived in Grand Lake and haven't heard anything. Well, let me know, Natalie. Just make sure you're subscribed. I have it set to where you have to be.
Oh, that might be it.
In order to comment. That's just one of my rules.
Because sometimes YouTube unsubscribes people because it just thinks it's fun.
Not only that, but I just want to make sure that the oh my God, KJ, I'm gonna fall out of this damn chair.
What? What?
This. Thank you. But I'm gonna fall out my chair because you're crazy. I want to send that to you. I want to send you a plant. I want to send you a card. I want to send you some bracelets. Thank you. I'm going to shut up and I'm just going to say
yeah, just say thank you.
And I really appreciate it. But you know that. You know that.
Yeah.
I don't want to cry.
Okay. Jason Mal, Elizabeth Grogan is asking.
I was like, he's in here? I was like, what?
I know. I'd be like, we got to talk, a-hole.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
So are you talking about the cult? Are you talking about Preparing a People changing its name? Because he's still strongly in the cult and they've changed its name.
I think she's the one. Did you comment today on a video with somebody else? I think it was the veteran video with J-Mal. I think it was you and somebody else.
I mean, he's a seminary teacher for the Mormon Church.
He is, and his books are still on the shelf. And
they're at Desert Book.
So he's still endorsed by the church.
Owned by the church.
Which is owned by the church. What I do is I look, when I screenshot, Lord knows we all have screenshots in our phone of this case. If we put them all together, we could probably just make the FBI's head spin. But that's neither here nor there. But when you're on a site or whatever, what I do is I literally will go and I look at, especially on those flyers and stuff, but I go all the way down. Well, I mean, what the hell is going on? It's being weird. I picked the wrong one, of course. Anyways,
you go see who it's owned.
I go and look at the sponsors. I go and look to see who's putting this on. And I don't know why. I didn't even realize I was doing it at first. Because as I've learned, birds of a feather flock together. So who's in whose pocket? That is the ticket. Who's on those flyers? Who's in whose pocket? And Lord, if I need help making a nonprofit organization, I could call any one of these people and they could done. Because I tell you what, they have a dime a dozen, each one. I'm just like, okay. Everybody has nonprofit. .org. Mike James, bitch. Ben want to do that. I'm like, James. Anyways.
Color My Media, who used to put on Preparing a People. And they did. They changed their name to Latter Day Media. And now you have to have a password to get into their website. And I think they're going to be changing it again.
Did you send me 3 on accident, KJ? Huh? It's showing 3. 1, 2, 3. What the heck? I hope not. What?
You hope not.
No, let me know if it's stuck.
No,
it's showing me 3 at the top. 49.
She sent 1 for each.
She said no. Okay. 1 for each.
Oh, okay. Oh,
you get double check that. You get a $50. Okay, if you didn't, just let me know because I want to make sure. Yes, 3. She sent that. Oh my god, I do nothing.
You know what, Bo Peep? I'm gonna text him.
I'm gonna drive over there and find you and hug you. Did you really?
Is it still connected? Because they'll like disconnect and.
Oh my god! Thank you, KJ, so much. I look up to you so much. You have no idea, woman, and I mean that in the most respectful way.
Yeah.
I've grown with you also. I've watched you grow. You didn't really watch me grow because you didn't watch, you know what I mean. You were on the TV and I was like, I ain't getting on TV.
And then you did.
And then I did. And I'm here and I'm glad. Anyway.
I just texted Biggie.
We got a lot of growing to do though. We still have a ways to go and that's okay. As long as I know that we have teamwork makes the dream work, then that's good. We're not alone. None of us are.
Yes.
And you're not going through this grieving process by yourself. Just know that. And your grief is no different, no more or no less than mine or anybody else's. I want you to know that, KJ. Please know that. Nobody gets to tell you how to grieve. Tell her, Jen. She does it.
Nobody gets to tell you. It's true. It's true. And I learned that because someone tried to. And I was like, what the fuck, man? And it hurt because I was like, just because, you know, my situation was different. He was really sick and we knew. And, but it's always quick, right? It's always too quick. You always think you're going to be prepared and it's too quick.
I mean, I get it a little more with. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I remember that person, like, they expected me not to grieve as much, and I was like, it still hurts. I'm still in pain, physical pain.
I felt empowered when you told me that. When you told me that, I didn't feel it right away. I go and I marinate on things.
Marinate
because that's what the Melanies say. I'm gonna go marinate. We're gonna go soak in it. Anyways, yeah, I think you will have to click a channel, create a channel. I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm subscribed. I don't know why, but there's where it says create a channel to chat. I clicked that button and it always says something went wrong. Not only on your site, but all of them. I don't know. Email me and then email me at Kresha, KRESHA 0123 at gmail.com. And I will, after this live or whatever, we'll do it together. This YouTube is a complex beast.
Yeah.
Just know that. So, but nobody gets to tell you how to grieve.
Nope.
I know that you and all of you y'all grieve over these babies, these victims. I know y'all do. That's why you're here. So, yeah. I mean, we're going through this together, and there's no comparison. I tend to find it a little more comforting whenever it's like my grandparent or something like that, because they lived a full life, a full circle of grandbabies and great grandbabies and, you know, things like that. No, it doesn't hurt any less, but I feel that's natural. That's normal. That's the circle of life. You know, it's not having to bury your kids or your grandkids or, you know,
Right.
things like that. Um, but then again, you, KJ, also have your brother who was a victim of murder. And no matter the circumstances, he was still a victim of murder. He didn't deserve it. And so you please share, because it'll help me. It'll help us. It helps us. We help each other. That's what it's all about. All right. That's all I got to say.
That's very good. Jenny Anderson asked how you fight a medical bill. I pretty much just say I always ask for the detail, the line by line, because in my state, it's a law. They have to give it to you. And I'm talking about the one that says how many aspirin they gave you. And then I go through it and I say, and a lot of times it doesn't work because, like, when you're in the OR, how do you know how many doses of whatever they gave you? Like, it's so asymmetrical. Like,
I know. Like, you push the button more than once. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kathy. I know I suck at this. Thank you so much for moderating. When we say moderator, you say mount up. Sorry.
Mount up? What's that?
Me being silly. But just thanking Kathy, Rotary Dow, and everybody else who helps me, us, you know, kind of do these things. I don't think about it. Well, we all hate how we met, in my opinion.
Yeah, it does suck.
But it is that silver lining. It's God's army.
Yeah.
We can't doubt his work. We can, but he will humble us real quick.
Except then I saw something yesterday. Can't you remember? Because when you're researching, and we've talked about this before, like you're down so many rabbit holes. It's like, well, where did I see that? Nancy James has some weird on her Pinterest page, some weird design, and I want to get into that and find out what the hell that means. Google. It's a Melchizedek thing.
Oh, I want to get into it too.
Exactly. And if you don't know what Melchizedek is, it's the Mormon priesthood, the higher Mormon priesthood, and it grants a lot of privileges. I mean, I'm just going to say quickly.
Right on.
It grants a lot of privileges and gifts. And so it's very interesting. They're just, in my opinion, I think all of those people need to take a look at themselves, and all of those people should have rang a bell, but they didn't, because you know what? Money is more important. That's what it was. They were earning money off of Daybell.
Yes, they're profiting. That's why you follow the profit with an F.
That's right.
Follow the money. Yeah. I mean, that's what in every true crime case. I'm like, I wish they could do away with life insurance. There you go. Solve 98% of the murders. There you go. Mom's like, you can't do that. I'm like, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. You can do anything, and you can't, you know. And she's like, there's a database though that you can check on. She said, but I didn't know that till afterwards. I was like, neither did I. So how's that helpful? You know, people can pull out life insurance policies on you, and you not even know. Like, I understand, and I don't understand. It's a little weird.
Yeah, it can be scary.
Right. Who do we want to double down on? Who's next?
Yeah. But Jason Mount, sorry, I need to pop my shoulders so bad.
Oh, Larry popped
I can't do it. And by the way, Nettie, just so you know, Bono is my boyfriend. I'm a huge YouTube fan. Like,
no, shut up.
Been to a lot of their shows. Why am I not supposed to be?
No, YouTube is mine.
Really?
Yes. Oh my God, the Joshua tree, and then it reminds me of JJ and Zach was born on New Year's Day, and so New Year's Day is my song for him.
Look my God! Because the wife keeps like cassette tapes. I'm surprised we didn't have 8 tracks in storage, but I kept these. She's like, well, what do we do? And I'm like, You can throw them all away except for
I
these.
got a tape player.
Yeah, I don't, but I'm like,
oh my god,
I'm keeping those.
wow. Well, who'd have thunk? I love music. I really do. I miss listening to music. I really do. It gets me through a lot of things. I actually think of things through music. I'm like, oh, I can name a song to anything. Or
See,
you've already heard me do it like 5 times already.
No, you're really good at that. I
that kind
love
of
you too. I've been to so many of their concerts, and I probably couldn't. There's a few songs I know the lyrics to. I just go with the melody because a lot of times with my hearing, I don't actually hear the lyrics, and when I do hear them, a lot of times I hear them wrong.
I think later I started listening to them a little later in life. But before it was like all about beat, sound, things like that, how things sounded, rhythm, and things like that. But then as I got older, I still am like, oh my god, what? More Than Words by Extreme.
Oh my gosh.
That is like so not what I thought it was. That was like really shitty stuff. You're just trying to get her pants. More Than Words, Extreme. Extreme is who sings it, and it's called More Than Words. And I love Sinead O'Connor back in the Gap. I love the Cranberries, which Zombie is one of their.
That is.
And I love Sublime, which is I don't practice.
I remember them.
Yeah. My Aunt Lori does. So fitting. If she had $1 million, well, she'd spend it all.
Who's Leroy? I'm not. Oh, you know what? I probably don't have the chat
Mark.
for me. Just like
Mark Means is Leroy.
Oh.
Mark Leroy.
Why do we call him Leroy?
Because it's his middle name.
Oh, so he's tweeting.
He's a twit.
That dude is gonna get his ass kicked.
We can't. That's his journey. We can't do it for him. Another band I like, Journey, one of my faves. But anyways,
yeah, no common sense. He's like Melanie Gibb.
Butterfly. That's my song. Do you know the lyrics though?
Butterfly. I know that one because I was a butterflyer. Going the Distance by Cake. That was my favorite song.
Oh, she's talking about More Than Words was her song. But Butterfly is her handle. I thought that said that. Oh yeah.
R. Downey got to meditate and hike with Sting. That's pretty dang cool.
Cool. Wow. I mean, it's just nuts. What if I wonder if there were life insurance policies on Melanie Pawlowski's babies.
On her babies?
Yeah. Since she advised her aunt to get policies on Tylee and JJ and herself, that's kind of weird. You should get in the text, this is what Melanie Pawlowski says to Lori. She says, you should get insurance policies on you and the kids because, since all that happened with Charles.
I do remember that.
And
it's an odd statement.
Were you next, Lori? Or where's all her stash of cash, y'all? Let's really think about it. Really think about it.
Well, she was living off there. So, I mean.
What if she got the rest of I think she was going to get $500,000 whenever Tylee was going to get $500,000. I think, allegedly, I heard it somewhere. We're just going to roll with it. Prove me wrong. She was going to get like a lump sum of money when Tylee turned 18 and or emancipated maybe. So let's just run with it. Let's just say that it was $10, whatever. Okay. So Tylee's gone. Let's just say she had that $10 plus Tammy's blood money. Where is it? You can blow through money fast, but you can't blow through it that fast. It's somewhere.
Yeah.
I just feel Jason has really drove that in, and I'm like, oh, I don't really care. And then I was like, I kind of care. I need to care.
I just think it's
P.O. Box,
You know,
probably.
like every once in a while, it
Yeah.
just hits you how evil
Yeah.
just will hit me. And I'm like, you know, it was like people give Chad so much credit. And I'm like, first of all, he's not creative. Kresha and I have been able to find,
Jealous
I would
of.
say 80 to 90% of the shit he talks about, someone else already came up
He's a
with.
plagiarizer.
Yeah.
You can add
I
that
mean,
to your charges.
yeah, he's not original. He's not creative. And I really think when I look at it, I'm like, who was it that was having the castings? And who was it that was? I mean, I really
I've
think,
always thought that he grabbed something from everybody. I really do.
yeah,
I've always
but
thought
they
that.
all sound like that, right? Because read Pontius, and then you read Roe, you read, I didn't read Daybell or Roe. I actually, Keto and Crime, if you've never heard of her, she has a channel, and she read all of the books and summarized them. And I was like, thank you so much.
She says that actually Jason Mao's book is the best written, like for
Right.
all the mistakes he makes, the grammatical errors and stuff.
He has a master's in education. Scary.
Allegedly.
That's what
They're
he
very
says. I haven't done a
padded. They're very
background.
padded. I watched everything again on him from the beginning, and I was like, just okay. Somebody had commented on my channel today. I think it was today. I looked at it today, and it was on the Jason Mao and the Veteran Show podcast.
I remember that.
They, I forget the name of this person in my in the comments, but I forget the name. But he said they were basically saying, you know, I appreciate him for his service, and I do too. I have a high respect
Right.
for people who serve our country. I do.
Yeah.
I support wounded warriors. Yeah, big. Well, but they brought something to light, you know, to attention. I hadn't thought about it. I just knew he was a piece of crap. Whatever. Allegedly, my opinion. Don't sue me. And
There are
they were
certain
like,
people
okay,
you just
we all have
know.
people in our families who have served in the military, who have gotten golden medal, you know, all these medals of honor and stuff. Who toots their own horn that does a service for their country? Normally, they're just real humble about it.
I know a couple people that kind of do, but it's more like, I mean, I kind of like, yeah, but they served our company, our country, so they kind of.
But I mean, I don't know.
But
It's just
no,
I mean,
not like him.
Pulowski, but did she ever do a day of whatever? So did his ex-wife. It was like literally she got kicked out of boot camp, but she expects to be honored on, and I'm like, no ma'am, it's, you have to earn that.
Yeah.
She was the most narcissistic person in my life, and then Lori came, and I said, "There's the godmother."
Yeah.
There's the mother.
I think most people in the military don't talk about
right.
things. I have Vietnam vets in my family. They don't talk about it.
It's just,
I have
you know, you're welcome.
People in my family that went to Afghanistan. Don't talk about it. I have one member of my family who's got presidential level clearance.
Jason,
he definitely doesn't talk about it because he's super secret man, or a janitor, and he just says he's super secret man.
I'll be a janitor. I was a janitor at a plant, and I made some badass money there. I'm not even playing.
Well, no, that's the joke, because we know he can't tell us what he does. Like, we know he works.
He's like Meet the Fockers.
Yeah,
like,
we know he's like Pentagon level, but he's never.
I don't want to know.
Like his wife knows, or my aunt knows.
Good.
But we don't know. And he used to joke around with us when we were kids. He's like, I could tell you, but I have to kill you. And I think he was actually telling the truth. But we joke. We're like, you know, maybe he's just like the janitor at the CIA. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's the agency he works for.
From Christopher Walken.
Yeah, but he's like retired, but he still ends up doing stuff. Like, he's still. But people like that, I trust.
I was just talking about Jason, my fiance, his ex. Yeah. She, woohoo!
Oh, yeah.
She got kicked out of boot camp, but she expects to be honored. Anyways,
I don't think it works that way.
She's like a miniature Lori, and I'm just like I said, she was my problem right before that, and then this happened, and I was like, oh no, that's the big one right there, Lori.
Yeah.
So,
isn't it just
who's going
weird? Huh?
Who lives by me and your uncle? What is going on?
Wait, there's like something going on in the chat, and I'm like, doo-doo-doo.
I don't think that's bad. Like a squabble or nothing.
Oh, I like what Kathy said up here though. Julie Rowe, Melanie. Oh my gosh. Melanie Gibbs' book, I couldn't get past the free sample. Because I could already was already oozing with this self-important hypocrisy. I mean, just this preachy to you, but she doesn't. I mean, it's like in that call with Sherry Dowdle. No idea that she sounds like a total ass.
Every one of them do. Every one of them turns around and preaches back at you, y'all. And I'm not being ugly. It's just the culture, I guess, because even from my cousin, like he just kind of preaches back. I'm like, I don't want to say his name.
I think though that is something that's a little bit ingrained culturally.
I think so. I mean, especially being raised by his mother, so y'all should figure that out.
Yeah,
I just kind of worry about him with that because it's a pattern I see in all these people. None of them say not Colby, but all the Arizona witches.
Yeah,
all them, all
the coven.
Everybody surrounded in this case, or surrounded in this mess. None of them have said, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The only one that, wasn't even involved, not on the bad side, was April Raymond. And I mean, she is just as good as gold. She's good as gold. She always sends nice, when they do something, for my parents or whatever, like when they did the balloon release for Christmas, she made sure that she called Janine and set something up. And that was just, she goes out of her way to do that. And I appreciate that. We appreciate that. But none of these other ones, especially Julie, like I was talking to her on her TikTok and she was like, I got to go to my Greater Relief Fund. And then TikToking at a beach. I was like, we had some hurricanes. We need some relief. What's going on, girl?
Yeah.
I don't need nothing from you. I'm not media. No, I need to go print those things out because she was
lost. And I really do think.
Then I was just like, what? I really just, I want to talk to a logical, reasonable, person, but that's not in there. I mean, I understand. I see that she's hurt people. I get it. She was hurt, but that doesn't mean I don't have to agree with it. I don't condone it. She was all up in that mix right before, and who's to know how far she was going to go? Because her husband Jeff was supposed to die. Also, it's kind of weird, and that is a major pattern in this. It wasn't just Tammy. There were so many of them who I don't know if they had their baby. Should by now.
I think someone said last time that they did have their baby.
What? I'm gonna have to look.
Colby did. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Ron.
Yeah. So KJ's asking me if I believe in the unforgivable sin.
What's that?
I don't know because I don't know exactly what I believe in anymore. And I think the way it worked for me is that I knew, right? I knew that the gospel, I knew this, I knew that. And then when I realized it was no longer my truth, and I say that because, you know, I don't want to offend people if that's what they believe or they really feel is true. Like, you know, so I say my truth. When I realized it was no longer my truth, it was pretty devastating. And then I went through a period of like, well, what do I believe in anything? What do I believe in? And
I feel so bad for you too. Like going through this with you, I'm just like, I feel bad.
This stuff, these deeper doctrines, and realizing the amount of sanctioning that's gone on is what I'll just say. There's been a lot of sanctioned things that have gone on that no. But so I don't know. I certainly would, if there is an afterlife, what I would like to do is beat the shit out of Lori and Chad. But I don't think I'd be allowed to.
Soap in the sock.
And I'm not a violent person. Like, I don't, well, I do like to kill box elder bugs, but I'm not someone, you know, I'm not violent. I can get really angry and emotional, but
I gotta get
actually physically hurt. I can't.
I wouldn't have held out as long as Uncle Charles. I can promise you that. I'd have been like, all right, girl.
Patient.
You know.
He loved her. He was patient. He, you know, and that's something like when we've talked about it, and I say, I just can't accept that it, I mean, I don't know, but I feel like there was something there. Charles was a very smart person. He was a very loving person.
But he was also, I get it too, gullible.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, you know him better than me.
I used to be scared to be alone. But I think that she beat him down so much because Uncle Charles always wasn't conceited, but he was confident. She took that away, just like she did Joe, the spiritual murder. If she didn't literally murder, then she spiritually murdered that man. And then it's kind of her MO, right? She just kind of disassembles.
That's what they do. And that's why I do not believe that this supposed diagnosis that was released is accurate.
What do we think? Before it was a lot of borderline personality disorder.
I would guess that more. I think what happens a lot in these cases is that, you know, you have experts that disagree. It may not be so much that she's malingering, it's that there are 3 experts and one's like, oh, it's got to be schizophrenia, and another one is like, no, this is just extreme religious beliefs and she justified them, and another's like, no, this is complete narcissism.
And then there's the
Shannon, I'll say this really quick. Shannon, there is no new diagnosis.
There's no diagnosis.
We're talking about the supposed diagnosis that was leaked. Like, supposedly there was a diagnosis that Mark Means leaked, because we should all trust what he has to say.
Right.
And it said that she was schizophrenic. I know schizophrenic people. That bitch was wearing makeup and lipstick on the plane. She was still very into her looks and very making eye contact. And I don't think it's right to put her in the category of someone who is legitimately ill and legitimately suffers.
I want to know from a legitimate source. I don't want to know from
a lawyer that
crapped all over this. You know?
And you know, it really hit me when we were on Natalie's channel, and she said, like, this is something you say if you want to be on TV. Like,
right.
The way Mark Means wrote that. Like, he was aiming to be, he was like, I want to be on court TV.
Don't forget about me. Don't forget about me.
Right. And that hit me. I was like, oh, like, he had every reason to play that up and be like, oh yeah, this is the case. It was probably his fucking expert that was like,
I
oh
think
yeah,
it was his idea.
yeah, because then he could be your guardian, and yeah.
I don't know. He's pretty sad. Either way.
Rhonda says yeah, she's supposedly being restored to competency. It can take a long time, and sometimes it doesn't.
I think it's kind of funny how they call it homework. Isn't that giving them false hope? You ain't never going home. Just say you might want to go prison work.
Your home is a little room.
You know where your home is,
with
girl.
The window in it.
And all the walls.
And walls that you can't walk through.
Nope.
Where's your portal now, bitch?
There's no closet in there, so she's shit out of luck.
Yeah, she doesn't even get a real pencil. She gets.
I love the way you put that, Kathy. She conveniently became incompetent right before actually being charged with murder. Ain't that something? Okay, that reminds me of this. So they appointed Lori a death attorney, but they hit him with Chad with the charges, but he just has his regular attorney. That I was like, oh yeah, how she hasn't been charged yet? Why does she have a death whatever lawyer, and he still has prior, but yet he was charged with that? Kind of weird, huh?
Yeah, I think she just
sorry, Vallow.
Like Vivian Langren says, my son has disorganized schizophrenia. She is not, and I think anybody that knows someone is like
Vivian Lundgren. I've seen her a lot.
Yeah. Borderline, I could see. Black and white, like
if Barry really does have it, it's allegedly. We don't know for sure.
Right, that's just been rumored. I mean, the fact of the matter is HIPAA exists for a reason.
Right, like, right. So I want to know, like, when all that came out or whatever, when I think it was A1 that leaked it, you know, let us all down, you know, and I don't know. It just, I didn't allow it to even absorb. Like, I just was like, it didn't come from the right source. Therefore, I'm not even listening to that. But then I know it exists. I know that it happened. Now that I've had time to mull it over, and I don't agree with it. I don't agree with people interjecting into the case at all. Shame on you. And it's just not fair. All it's doing is crapping on those babies and my family and Tammy and Joe and all of us. Talk about a big gut punch from people you are like trusting. Your alleged community, and you're like, no. I thought so. I used to not even worry about right here, the short distance.
Right.
I was, and I am still hyper vigilant on everyone else. Okay. The cult, all that. That's where I'm at. So I am oblivious to what's going on right here. So I never would notice if there was a beef or something in a Facebook group or so. I was like, what? Huh? Mom's the same way. I asked her, I was like, do you notice that? And she's like, mm-mm. And it's just because it's like it's allowing us to look long, the long distance and not have to worry about every single thing. That's kind of that wall that protects me, Mom, Larry, Annie, Colby, all of us, it protects us. Y'all protect us a lot of ways. I agree. She said she was starstruck, and I get it, but I mean, I understand the words that came out of her mouth, but I'm disappointed in her. That's all.
I think that's a good way to put it. And I think, it's the same, like with Chad's membership withdrawal. Everyone was like, oh, it was 2018. And I kept saying, you guys, we don't have the proof. And then Court TV got a hold of it. And I was like, okay, then now I'm going to say, So if I see actual fucking form,
Right.
I guess I'll say, yeah, that's what it is.
Right.
It could have been her diagnosis the first week, and then they were
It's
like, wait a minute.
nothing to us, really. Really, is it anything to us? No. It's just the fact of the matter. It's just that it happened. It leaked by scummy Leroy. Thank you, Kelly B. I love you.
Scummy.
She's so sweet. She's always been and
Not
contributed.
not scummy. I sound like I said that. That could be.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you very much. But I mean, this is your defense. This is your attorney. This is who's representing you. We all want them to have a fair trial, right? Yes. We don't want them having a O.J. Simpson moment, a Casey Anthony moment. Oh my God. That'd be the end of all of us. We'd probably all just stroke out, Donnie, right now. Or be in prison too. There you go. So, but I don't know. There's so many people that have been interjecting themselves in the case since Julie Rowe. Boom. I mean, right out the gate, 12/26. I think the kid's story came out 12/21 or 12/22 of 2019. And there she is. I see them and they're happy and healthy and they're running on the beach. And she's taking care of him. And I can tell you something about Lori Vallow's second husband. I'm like, fourth bitch. Anyways, and hey, Robbie. And I'm like, you know, he was abusive and this and that, slander. And then I'm slandering. So there you go. So two wrongs don't make a right. I need a hush. Go back to my grace.
I always forget, is it slander or libel? I forget the two. I always have to look it up. One's written and one's verbal.
Wow.
But yeah, she should.
What if I don't believe in her gifts? And which I don't even know who she is. I don't know her from Eve.
I don't believe that any of them have gifts.
No.
Someone asked earlier, they were like, do you think Melanie was there when Tylee disappeared? I think. No.
Gib?
Mm-hmm. Didn't we look?
There was the one person who went there, and it was somebody who was not used to snow. They went around September 15th, 10th, 15th. I don't remember. Was it Zalema? I think that's who Alex bought the coat for. Everybody's like, oh my God, he's buying a coat.
Yeah, because she's not.
That's the least of our worries. He's in there bouncing up and down and doing this on her brother, you know, in front of people. I'm just saying that we were worried about him buying a coat for his sister. I don't think that's okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, they were doing the hibbity dibbity or something. I don't know. Allegedly, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. And but so I'm thinking that whoever was in the courtyard on that Ring door cam, same neighbors that got JJ on the cam and took pictures when Tylee and JJ went into the courtyard and JJ dumped all his plushie toys out into a puddle, and it struck them as weird or just odd. You know, these new kids come in. Lori doesn't tell anybody that JJ is autistic and he's not on his meds, so he's off his rocker. He's running wild. He's saying hell and damn or whatever. And I mean, no telling what she told this baby and these babies. Oh my God. I just, that has been one of the worst things that, if anything, haunts me. It's their last moments and what happened after any sensible adult was around. What did she tell them? What did she threaten Tylee? You know, how much do you know? And I don't know. I worry those last moments. That's what bothers me. The last smell, the last.
I try.
I try
and think about the scriptures.
It's the reality of it, and it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks, and I just, that's when I'm like, Kresha K, you can get your ass on this channel and you can talk in live. You can do that and that's what I tell myself. I'm like, if they can go through those horrible deaths, those horrible, however many months leading up to that, and then no telling how long before, then you can get your ass on there. You can suck it up, Buttercup, because you've got to be an advocate here, right, girl? You know, and I have to cheer myself up and just kind of look at it that way. Like, that's the least I could do. The least I could do is get on an airplane. I was scared to death of flying on airplanes, just like you. But then my family's in Rexburg. I see it on TV. I just want to be there because that's where the love is tangible. You can just see it. You can feel it off the TV from way over here on the Gulf Coast. And I just wanted to be there. And so the first opportunity I had, a year ago, I was there. And they were just trying to disqualify Rob Wood. I got to meet all the detectives. I got to meet Nate Eaton and Eric Grossarth. I got to go to the fence, but they took all the stuff down off the fence, and I got to hang my 2 rosaries there. They're still there on a rusty hook. I don't know how. I climbed up a snowbank. I'm 5'3", and I just nailed it. I don't know how I did it, but I did it, and they're still there. I don't understand. It's really cool. And
I think the people of Rexburg are just amazing people.
They are. And Janine, I met Natalie Pulowski. She is awesome, hilarious. My daughter loves her. She taught my daughter how to drive a stick.
Fun.
Yeah. She's just real cool and laid back. I'm just like, girl, do you realize that? Because I'm like, she's like, you have any pictures of your mom when she was younger? And I was like, yeah. I'm scrolling through my 800 million photos. And I'm like, oh, look, there's you. And she's like, and I was like, oh, I guess that could be a little weird, huh? I'm like, y'all up in my phone, girl. You, your family, your mama, your daddy. No, but I mean, come on. We were sleuthing. You just, whatever. I want to know everything about everybody. But she's just, she don't even realize. I told her, like, do you realize that you could be dead? And she was like, it did not really. I got to meet Max and Lily. Never mind. Never mind. I was thinking Max and Ruby and Max. That's a cartoon, but Max and Lily, that's their kids. Ian Pulowski and Natalie's kids. And can you imagine having to send them to Melanie Pulowski's house? And then her to be pregnant. I was like, Satan's spawn. That's Satan's spawn. And I hated to say that. And I'm like, are they going to sacrifice it? Hate to say that too. But I mean, these are real legit questions. Hey, Julie.
Yeah.
Glad to have you. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, I didn't even know the whole name of it. Julie Holden. The diagnosis.
Oh, yeah. Whoops.
I don't even know. Schizotypal. Is that how you say it?
I think it's like a mix.
Or a typical personality. Not schizophrenia. I don't even know. I have to Google that.
It's on the same, but it's not the
same. It's like a spectrum, kind of like everything else.
Well, it's probably like cluster B, and then what is it called?
Yeah.
Because your cluster B are your personality disorders for the most part. I know some of you are in mental health, and can answer this. But your personality disorders are typically cluster B, and then you've got your mood disorders and your psychotic disorders. I hate that word. I just feel like it's so. There are people that really, in my opinion, suffer and that are genuinely ill, and people like Lori Dipshit, they make other people look dangerous when they're not. And I think that's what really bothers me, is it's like,
right.
It's
schizoaffective. See, these are new. I really don't even know much about schizophrenia, except I checked myself into a hospital because I thought I was going crazy. I had just lost a baby and I was losing it. Thought I was. Till I checked myself in, and then I was in there, and then I was like, I'm normal. I'm good. I'm just having a little bad day. Because you had a bad day. Let me out. And then I checked myself in to be, whatever. I wasn't suicidal or anything, or whatever. I can't say the word, can I? Anyways.
Suicide, it's settled.
I was that. I wasn't that. I never did want to do that. I just, and I was like, when I was around all the people, you feel like you're in a fishbowl. I'm just like, what the hell? It's like, I don't know. It's weird. It's a very weird vibe in
No.
there. And then my roommate was like, legit skits. And I was just like, okay, so you hear people? What do they say? I'm like worried. I'm not making fun. I was worried. And I was just like, I really don't have a problem. I just needed attitude adjustment. I needed this to humble me, maybe.
Or
And
just to be like, you just need sometimes to be educated, and then you're like, oh, okay, it's not.
I needed to check myself because at least I was safe than sorry than for me to nut up or something and not know it. So I checked myself in, and I happened to check myself in on a 3-day weekend because that's how I roll. I mean, that's what I do.
Oh, man. Then you had to wait till Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, Tuesday. I was like, I'm gone. Peace.
I got my like, I'll be honest. I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm not shamed.
I'm just like, I did something stupid and people thought that I was trying to hurt myself. I didn't know my level, and because I had been depressed, I got put in there, and they were like, you have to stay here for however many days.
Well,
and that's why I know, like, some things, like the pencil thing, I make fun of, and the Mandela thing. If you've ever been in there, then you're in like doing that. And honestly, I was supposed to go to, like, if we're gonna be like really kumbaya here,
I mean,
I was supposed to go to an ED clinic. I was ready to go, and I couldn't leave my kids, and so I had to work on my ED myself. And I still work on it. I'm a lot better than I used to be, and I think a lot of that has to be with coming out and being myself and realizing, like, I didn't have to.
That makes me
do that.
It makes me tear up a little bit, and it makes me proud because that's something that has, since Lori snapped, or whatever this was, since Lori killed my family, there you go, and others. I just want, because I'm a mom. I'm a human. Guess what? I'm a human, y'all.
Yeah.
I lived here for 43 years, and so I know a little something about a little something. I don't know it all, but I'm real, and I just want there to be safe places where we can go and say, I am about to lose my shit. Take my kids, or I'm going to hurt them, and just no questions asked. Go do your dope. Go, whatever the hell you got to go find you and leave the babies alone. There's got to be some kind of system to come up with where we don't end up with a Harmony Montgomery either. You
need to be able to
be real without being punished for it.
I think people need to, like, in my state, we have, like I told you before, like, you can go to these crisis centers if you're having a hard time, and you can drop by. I want to see the data behind that, because I would highly doubt that. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I would like to see the data on that. So if you can come back and you can put it in the comments, I definitely would want to look at it.
Okay, wait, I want to read
it. Because I believe it's more organic than that.
I was molested. There we go. But I don't have schizophrenia. But maybe so.
Yeah, I've never heard that. I've
never looked it up either. So there you go. I'm like, I don't get out of this case. So, like, I remember you mentioned to me, you're like, you should go, research for an attorney or something. I was like, yeah.
I can't remember. For an attorney. Oh, like, if you ever.
You're like, you're a researcher. And I was like, no, I'm not.
You are a researcher.
No, I am.
I mean, you could be most grad students, at least the ones I have had to be with.
At all organized, but I got it in
here. You can dig in a rabbit hole.
But yeah, never knew it. I didn't want to find out this way, but hey, you find out all kinds of things about yourself.
Yeah. Julie Mitchell asked how coming out helped. I think you mean like how did that help? Because when you tell the
Oh,
truth, when you're
oh yeah.
honest about who you are, and when you stop lying,
Oh,
life gets a lot easier. And
right.
also when you meet some fantastic lady friend who helps
You
you see
know what?
that you're not
She's
you're
amazing. Oh, Michelle is amazing. I love her.
she is. She's like putting our Christmas stuff and she's like been drilling it. I don't know. I'm like,
It's
thank
just,
you.
I've thanked her so many times. I'm like, thank you for loaning me gin, for
You
sharing your
make her
life.
cry.
Because, I mean, like, I want her to know. Jason does the same thing. He sacrifices all this time that I spend doing this. But, I mean, he knows. And I'm blessed in that aspect. You know, my mom and Larry, they're both dealing with it at the same time. Now, Jason, he that's not his grandson, it's not his nephew, it's not his son, it's not his daughter. You know those things. But he has known my brother for a very long time, and I mean, he just loves it's family. You know, it's family, and so it affects all of us. And if it affects strangers all the way to France and Africa
Yeah.
and Australia and everywhere, um, it affects all of us. So I just appreciate her for her service, you know, because she is so patient and not allows you, but she shares you with me. And so I'm like, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It's important to me. It is. It's like that's that investment of time thing, that time that you never get back. You never get it back. So
Yeah.
I
Well,
appreciate it.
if she sees this, she'll cry. If she's watching it. Sometimes she watches it in the other room. But she was doing a lot of, um, handiwork stuff. But I think KJ and like if I could highlight this and like blink it, I would.
What?
I would
And,
totally do that.
yes. Even
And
and
the
I mean,
fact
I
that
wonder where
some of this was learned.
did we did my mom, did my dad, did me, did I somewhere along the way, I don't know, any of us, all sides, all the way around. Charles, he did. That's real. He enabled it. Just, well, you know, with Zach Cox, you know, she's not hurting anybody, yada, yada, yada. That, you know,
Yeah. But
mother did not,
even the way
but
she
enabled,
was,
yeah, overlooked.
yeah, the
But I
way
mean,
she was
was
raised,
it
like,
a gradual extreme also? Was it a
mhm.
gradual climb into this, you know, or was it just team extreme? Whoa, 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 whoa,
I think
Nelly.
she was, and I think though, like the one thing that I noticed is always sticks out to me is when Summy and Mummy were being interviewed, and
Heard it through the
Summy says,
grapevine.
"Oh, we weren't invited to any of Lori's weddings," and then Mummy's like, "Oh, we were invited, we just didn't go," and I was like, "Ah, you're a shit stain too, like shit stain, like shit stain, like that's the way I
I
feel,
can be the same.
you
I
know."
can be the same.
I
And I think I have that too. I can. That's how I disconnect, I disconnect. I've always been like that. Now, I bet that's in some research of some children.
I
You
don't
know,
know about that. Maybe disassociate or
I disassociate.
uh,
I
what do
It's a
I always
switch,
say?
and I just shut it off. And that person, I don't have ill feelings. I don't. I mean, I can. They make their rounds, but then I don't. I don't. She's dead. I don't know how else to put that. She's dead. So it's a blessing and a curse because I've been able to walk out on, you know, some self sabotaged relationships of my own. Like I've sabotaged some stuff, you know,
Yeah,
I've set myself up and sometimes not even knowing. I'm just like, oh, like for these lives, I sabotage myself because I'm like, you know what time. However, you're going to wait till the very last minute. You're going to be sliding in the chair and your hair is doing this. And you're like, hey, and that's how it is. And so I've got to stop doing that insanity thing too.
Knowing is half the battle. Someone very wise commented on my community and said, awareness is half the battle. I was like, right on.
Bullshit. That's what being aware of your own bullshit.
It was KJ.
Oh.
Well,
that explains.
Okay, I know it's like not nice, but I love it when when he says stuff like this.
I think
it gets so heavy.
California grapevine. That's what I think of because it's like the California.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's like don't, lady.
You can fall in. I was like, kids are in her wrinkles. That's where they're at. I know.
Yeah.
Right? Distasteful. I know, but I said it.
It is, but
I meant it. They still need to look for Hoffa.
You talk shit about Charles, I'm gonna talk shit about you.
I mean, just nothing. If you can't say anything nice, you say nothing at all. Or you just.
Do you know what? If you've seen the movie Still Magnolias, my favorite line in it is when Olympia Dukakis says, "If you can't see something nice, come sit next to me."
Yes. Oh, Weezer. Here, Weezer. And I'm like, oh my God, I love it. And she's like, no. That's such a good movie.
Yeah. Now I'm going to have to watch it again. Shelby?
Should we have a movie watch night? Discord.
We should. I watch stuff like that. Except
hard depending on Discord.
Yeah. No, I think not like little reminders.
I remember on your birthday, KJ, when I believe it was a blanket she made for you. Your 50th birthday. I think it was a blanket. And it was in your live. Well, all of them were pretty much. Well, no, that was your first live. See? And that's another reason you drove me to do this. I was like, if KJ can do it. She's like, I'm only doing one for my 50th. And then she's got her sons involved. She's doing lives. And they're like dancing. And they're, and I'm just like, look how awesome this is.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Damn right? Okay, cool. Awesome. I remember that. Jason cries a lot at KJ's stuff. His parents died when he was young. And so, like, my bonus kids, they never really had Grandma, Grandpa. Okay, so then here comes Mom and Larry. And they're just like, and then this happened. And then they see him on TV and they're like, oh, my 5-year-old climbed in bed with me. And he's like, I love you, Mama Kay. You're my best friend. And I'm watching Lori Vallow stuff, JJ stuff. And he's like, is JJ in heaven? And I'm like, yeah. Tylee in heaven? Mm-hmm. They paint things all the time for them. And so one day we'll bring it up there and I'll let them put it on the fence. And he's about to be 6, like in 3 days. I think today's Julie Rose's birthday, I think. Might be the 6th. Anyways, okay.
Let's not wish her a happy birthday.
Mom's birthday's in 10 days. It's the day after Alex's, which was the 18th. So the 19th. And there's that. But anywho, and he's like, he did tell me one day after school, he said, I want to go to heaven. And like basically I want to go there and see JJ. And I was just like, no. I mean, I wanted him to distinguish between what happens to get there. Like, no, you gonna stay with us for a little while, but but they don't get it, but they do. Like, they're really much more brighter than I give them credit for. Lord knows they've seen me just engulfed in this, consumed. I'm not saying it's the right way, but it's mine. But this is my way of coping.
Yeah.
It's like I want to be in the know. And that way I'm not surprised by anything else. That every time something new would come out, that was another and you couldn't process the last 15 things. And
Yeah.
then you were processing more, and you're just like, more people were finding out. And then you start to see, and you run across something, and you're like, oh, okay, I did not want to see that right now. I like to kind of go, and really, I wanted to protect my parents and my family, my entire family. I wanted to go and just, I wanted to know everything. And that way they wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. I hear your bird.
Yeah. It is. Oh.
Look,
Down through the.
here.
He's such an asshole.
Free bird. He's gonna say asshole one day.
The thing. Well, yeah, he will, because that's what he does. He calls everyone an asshole. So he actually really liked me. We got along well. And then when I moved in with the kids, my kids are allergic to nuts, and Phoenix used to get peanuts like every day. And so we moved in, and then where did his favorite snack go? It goes away. And then he tried to bite me once, and I've never like been able to get over it. And he chases me. I mean, one day I'll do like a short or something, and you guys can see, like, he literally chases me. He hops down. He waits till I'm in the kitchen, and then like I'll be making cereal or something, and he'll like hop down from his cage and just like go for me. And he'll go, come here, come here, come here, come here. I'm like, listen.
Is his name
I
Pecker?
call him Dark Prince. No, it's Phoenix, but I call him Dark Prince.
That's Tylee to me. So, I call Tylee. That's a Phoenix, but
Phoenix, not Dark Prince.
So Mom, right? Larry, right? Woodcock, right? So I'm like, how much wood could a woodcock, and she like died laughing one day. And I was just like, she's like, girl, you're crazy. And I was like, yeah, that's the half of it, Mom. You have no idea. And I mean, it's just funny. Who can't not say that? Woodcock. And then I remember when I was pregnant with Ashlyn, and Larry was like, if it's a boy, name it Wolfgang. And I was like, dude, you had like 4 kids. You had 4 opportunities to name your children. Wolfgang. Wolfgang, okay? I was like, I see you didn't win the battle. You didn't win that war. I was like, don't come over here with all that. I'm not naming my child Wolfgang.
Well, didn't Valerie Bertinelli name her kid that? Or like, is that who I'm thinking of? Van Halen?
Something. Yeah, Van Halen. Like yeah. It was Wolfgang.
To each his own.
And there's Wolfgang.
I mean, you've never gotten more weird names than when you come to Utah. We have the weirdest damn names, and they're spelled weird. And
Kresha. And then if I were to be a boy,
Kaylee, McKenna,
Brandon. I was like, okay, Brandy. That's a girl name, not Kresha. That's a far like whoop. What the hell? Like, your dad named you, and I'm like, what were you on acid, Dad?
I think it's a cool name.
I mean, now, yeah. Not growing up, it was not cool.
Right.
And
it could be the third most popular name ever.
The early computers, you know, when they first came out in like 94, 95 or whatever, not the old ones, but anyways, when they would do spell check, it would spell crotch, Krotch. And I'm like, are you serious? Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. But I don't know. And then Ashlyn came, you know, when she came to be, I was going to name her Ashlyn something. I forget. And then Mom was like, Ashlyn K. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll take one for the team.
Oh, I think it's good. I think it's sweet.
My mom's name is actually not K. It's kind of funny. They just call her K.
I think you told me what it was once.
Ethel, Kathleen, y'all all know what it is. I mean, I'm like, well, there's no doxing you, and you're doxed out. You're exploited.
Yeah, once you're
turned out, Mom. Yeah, and so it's Ethel Kathleen, and so they called her Kay. But she was named after her grandmother, and I'm glad I was not. I'm like, Ethel.
I get called Gertrude, Ethel, all these names. Like, come on, Gertrude, time to go. And usually she's the one that's late, not me. But the other day she called me Ethel, and I laughed because I thought your mom And Larry and I thought about when
Mhm.
the Idaho thing, I just like love that because I was like, oh, that's us. And
Mhm.
then my dad came over and he was like, you two are going to be the funniest old couple because you're just gonna
Gonna
epic
be.
listens. And
It was like watching Gigi and Fruit Loop yesterday on their true
I
crime.
still need to watch that.
I died laughing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. Thank you, ladies, for the show. I've never seen Fruit Loop just be like, I mean, she had her Eddie hat on, cousin Eddie hat on.
Oh my gosh,
I
really?
was cracking up. They remind me of me and my best friend growing up. You know, that's how we were. And Leanne, Wolfgang. Oh yeah, they cracked me up. Y'all go check them out because that was neat. It was neat. It would be cool if we would do channel against channel.
I
Jason
think
came.
like that is fun.
It would be fun. But it was true crime, Family Feud. You know, her daughter. They had it all just good. It was. I don't know. I really enjoyed it. It was good. They made me laugh.
Good.
Real genuine. Good old girls. And then her parents came in, just barging in, and they were like, come, all right, come on, you know, come meet everybody. And her dad just sits down in the chair, you know, and Gigi's like, okay, I'll move.
Yeah.
But they're just really good people. And
yeah.
Really do.
You'll never see my damn family on here. Just saying.
We're all right here. What you talk? Don't talk about us in front of your
I know,
face.
pretty much. You guys are my family. But I gotta go because I start school tomorrow, which is gonna be real fun.
No, you're gonna have to. You want me to call your professor and tell him no, we need her?
Oh, you know,
I got time.
Most of them are pretty cool, but the one, you know, I was telling the one like, hey, you know, I pick up my son and it takes me a while, but I'll be able to listen to the lecture. I just won't really be able to respond. And he was like, well, and I'm like, dude, like. Seriously, I just need to get through the last year. Like, could you guys not be an asshole? Let me just get through it. I've been going to school forever.
Yeah,
I just want to be done.
You're gonna finish.
And yeah, and but I'm excited for a couple of them. I don't know because Omicron is so bad here. I'm trying to convince one professor to just like go remote.
You should just go to Louisiana and come make shit better here.
I should.
Waiting you back.
Yes, I will. Anyway, I will come visit one day.
I really enjoyed it. I hope y'all did too. I know we talk over each other. It's what we do. We do this whether we're on camera or not. But I do it more. I'm getting better.
That's okay. But last night, was it last night when we were texting and finally I'm like, call me.
I know. I was like, she don't never say that. Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop, boop. And I'm like, what's up? Who died? What's going on?
No, because the thing is like we're talking about something and
it sucks.
Kresha puts stuff together really fast, and I'm very methodical. Like I'm very like I have to sit, I have to let it absorb, and then I have to decide what my response is going to be.
Like, so catch up.
She's like, it's this and this and this, and I'm like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. And she's like, no, just trust me. And I'm like, but I can't because I have trust issues, and I really need to think for 5 more minutes. And then after 5 minutes, I'm like, no, okay, I know exactly.
Yeah,
yes,
we're on board.
yes,
and then I'm like, wait, calm down. And then I'm like, whoa, wait. I'm not, what? What are you doing? Because she's all organized, right? And I'm not. I could never in a million years put this to paper or to anything legible. Y'all be like, y'all know, y'all seen my work. Okay.
Check. But you remember.
Check all the videos down below. Okay. That's all I had to work with was I had to learn through all this. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I still don't. I'm still like, okay. But yeah, this has been quite the journey. We've got some pretty interesting things we're working on that just really tie in some major pieces. So we can't wait to share those with y'all.
We gotta make sure they're perfect.
We have to put it in a little box so it's presentable.
Pretty.
Yeah.
I gotta make sure it's okay and that it's right, but I can't wait.
we can't. That way, the people were the entities that we were working on, not them entities, but the real business entities and stuff, so that we're legal and shit.
Yeah, and to make sure, like,
the
I
sources
want to make sure
she's that way, and she's methodical in that way.
Like, I can't release anything I don't find, I can't just because I want you guys to trust me, and I feel like you have to earn that trust, and I want to make sure that I don't violate that trust ever.
Oh.
And I noticed, like, the group chat is so funny because it does, like, and that's why, like, you'll see me, I'll just start reading it, and I'm like, where are we at? What are we talking about, everyone? Then I'm trying to talk. I'm so bad at it.
Kathy, thank you. Thank all of y'all.
I know. Oh, and Kathy's amazing, and Kathy's been really helpful to me.
She has. Everybody.
And
I mean,
really understanding and sweet.
This is a team. This is a team. But you can't take it with you. Okay? Just carry in. I need your address. I'm going to put my email and the chat. My mom put me on this task, so.
Carrie Ann.
Carrie Ann. Oh, no, that's Carol Ann.
No, Carrie Ann, right?
Yeah, I said Carol. I was like, Carrie Ann, but it's Carol.
Okay. Carol Ann.
My Aunt Susan used to get me to sit in front of the television, and I was little, like Carol Ann on Poltergeist, and she'd make me say, they're here. So, see, I was tortured as a child. Get her. Damn Vallows. I was tortured on all sides, and I loved it. I was like, oh. Anyways, it was so good to have you guys here. Thank you so much. Y'all, please hit the like and subscribe button.
Yeah, we forget to say that, but
I don't ever say it.
Please do. And I think you guys are going to be I think we're going to have some good stuff. I'm really excited.
Let's put this together. Let's talk stuff. Let's if nobody else is going to do it, then hey, sounds like a job for us. Right?
Well, it was just something like, holy shit. It was one of those moments. So we just got to make it nice and pretty. And
oh, no. Hush, Kathy. You do plenty. Don't you dare. No.
Oh, my gosh. No.
Hide the comment now. I'm going to put you in timeout. Can you put yourself back in? Anyways, I love y'all. Thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
And love always wins. Let's keep proving it, okay? Because this is it.
Yeah.
We'll
see you next Sunday. Hopefully I'll have a video Wednesday. Maybe. Ish. Hopefully. Are you going to do any videos this week?
I don't know. I need to. I need to upload, y'all. Please just understand. I've got to upload a lot of things that my phone wasn't cooperating. When all the Chandler docs came, all that stuff dropped. I have got old stuff that I've got to upload. So, I'll be like, oh my God, I've already seen this. I understand. But for me to keep record in my channel, I've got to be able to upload it and, I'm just saying, just that stuff. I thought about it today and I was like, wait, I need to address them first before I do it. That way I can just kind of save some comments. But it never hurts to look at them again. Never hurts.
Well, I still haven't done the commentary that I was going to do on the Extreme team. I keep meaning to do it. Like,
we can do it live if you ever want to.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was like.
We'd have to disregard chat, though. We wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah. We'd have to, not allow it on the screen or in our vision. We just have to be like,
Yeah,
and then I think have Eric or somebody go check out a Kresha every now and then. We can't do it.
Yeah, that's a ways away. We'll get there.
Yep.
So,
all right. Well, we're gonna say goodnight.
Love
Thank you so much. Love always wins.
In an awkward British way.
Justice.
Yep. Oh, and I don't. Where in the heck is the Tracy? I don't have Tracy's on because I try not I'll leave those on and they're so pretty and nice that I don't want to break them. But normally I have Tracy's on. She's not here tonight though.
All
But yeah.
right.
You know, the beaded ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I gave mom the one I wore the one to mom's to make sure I'd get it there. Tracy Schuler, and she loved it. I loved it. I just haven't taken mine out of the bag. Like I brought mom that one, make sure I had it on me. I wouldn't lose it because it's small. And then, yeah, I've got to do this right here. Anyways, I love you guys. Hi, Kathy, and bye. I'm sorry.
Hi.
Thank you, Kathy, moderator, and love all y'all. I do.
Thank you all for a insightful conversation.
Just kidding. See y'all later.
Thanks for listening to my dumbass. Okay, time to go.
Bye, neighbors. Yeah.
Bye, neighbor.
Bye, neighbors.